The internet can be a ruthless place. One rumor, one post, one cryptic message, and suddenly an entire family's legacy can start to crumble in front of millions of watching eyes. For years, T.I. and Tiny Harris were seen as one of hip-hop's most unbreakable power couples. Through music, reality television, and countless public appearances, they built a brand centered around loyalty, family, and trust. Fans watched them grow together, raise their children, and survive scandals that would have destroyed most relationships. But tonight, that image is facing one of its most painful tests yet. Because just when it seemed like the long-running tension between 50 Cent and T.I. had finally faded into the background, a new wave of rumors exploded across social media. Rumors that suddenly dragged a familiar name back into the spotlight. Shekinah. What started as a few cryptic posts from 50 Cent quickly turned into a digital wildfire. Screenshots spread across blogs, reaction channels began dissecting every word, and fans started revisiting old interviews and reality show moments searching for hidden clues. But the moment that truly shook the internet came when Tiny Harris appeared online with a message that many followers described as heartbreak written between the lines. No direct accusations, no names mentioned. Just words about loyalty, betrayal, and the painful cost of trust. And suddenly the question everyone is asking has become impossible to ignore. Did 50 Cent just reopen a chapter of the Harris family's story that was never meant to be seen by the public? Or is the internet once again turning whispers into something far more devastating? The Harris family saga has always been a story of power, music, and public admiration. But beneath the glittering surface of awards, reality television, and sold-out concerts, whispers have always lurked. Whispers of tension, secrets, and moments too delicate for public eyes. Tonight, those whispers are no longer whispers. They have erupted into a full-blown online storm, ignited by none other than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a man who has made a career out of exposing what others would kill to keep hidden. For years, T.I. and Tiny Harris cultivated the image of hip-hop royalty. They were the power couple who seemed untouchable. Every public appearance, every Instagram post, every stage performance painted a picture of loyalty, unity, and unwavering family values. Fans admired them not just for their music but for the narrative of triumph over adversity, the story of a couple who had survived the industry's harshest scrutiny and come out stronger. Their children, too, were presented as the crown jewels of the Harris legacy, raised in opulence, with lessons in respect, discipline, and the art of surviving in the spotlight. But tonight, the very foundation of that narrative is trembling. 50 Cent, known for his ruthless approach to social media, has once again taken aim, and this time, the target is intensely personal. A series of cryptic posts and subtle, suggestive captions have left fans across the globe speculating. And at the center of this latest storm is Shekinah, a name that has long been associated with the Harris family, not as an adversary, but as a close friend, someone who shared private moments with Tiny, someone who was trusted. The sudden emergence of her name in connection to T.I. has sent shockwaves. Fans immediately began dissecting every interaction between T.I., Tiny, and Shekinah from past interviews, red carpet events, and reality TV moments. Every glance, every word, every subtle gesture was analyzed for hidden meaning. The internet does not forgive the absence of answers, and with 50 Cent's posts acting as a spark, speculation spread like wildfire. Within hours, comment sections were flooded with shocked reactions, blogs had new headlines, and reaction channels were breaking down clips line by line. People weren't just curious, they were emotionally invested, feeling a mix of betrayal, intrigue, and heartbreak for the family they thought they knew. And then came Tiny's response. In a brief, emotional message posted to her social media, she didn't directly address the rumors. She didn't name names or confirm any details. Instead, she spoke about loyalty, the pain of betrayal, and the crushing weight of watching people misinterpret the truth. Every word was laced with hurt, every sentence seemed to carry years of suppressed emotion. For fans, it was a window into the private turmoil that had now been dragged into the public eye. Tiny's heartbreak was palpable, her vulnerability undeniable, and for many, it was a moment that blurred the line between celebrity spectacle and real human suffering. 50 Cent, as usual, remained silent on the specifics. He didn't confirm anything, yet he didn't deny it either. His strategy is always the same: provoke, hint, and leave enough ambiguity for the audience to fill in the blanks. And fill in the blanks, they did. Millions of social media users began constructing narratives, each more intense than the last. The result? A digital avalanche that pulled the Harris family into a whirlwind of speculation that no amount of curated public appearances could contain. But beyond the headlines, the real story lies in the emotional impact. T.I., who has always been seen as a commanding presence both on stage and off, now faces a challenge that no amount of lyrical skill or business acumen can solve. For a man whose identity is tied so closely to his family and legacy, having the world question the integrity of his household is more than just an insult. It's a public, piercing attack on the very foundation of his life. Fans watching this unfold can't help but feel the weight of the situation. A man forced to confront whispers that may or may not be true, a family's private bonds tested in the harsh glare of viral scrutiny. Shekinah, too, has become an unwilling participant in this narrative. Once a trusted friend, now suddenly under the microscope, her every past interaction with the Harris family is being reinterpreted through a lens of suspicion. Fans are debating whether loyalty can survive when the line between personal history and public perception becomes so dangerously blurred. And for Tiny Harris, the emotional toll is almost too much to bear. Followers describe her posts as heartbreaking, words from someone who feels trapped, hurt, and exposed to a world that thrives on sensationalism. The tragedy of this moment lies in its human reality. This is not just gossip for clicks, it's the unraveling of trust, the questioning of relationships, and the raw exposure of private lives. Millions of viewers feel the tension, and the emotional resonance is undeniable. Each post, each reaction, each speculative headline adds another layer to a story that is already drenched in pain, uncertainty, and betrayal. And as the story continues to evolve, the central question remains: how does a family survive when the world begins to doubt what once seemed unshakable? How do you protect love, loyalty, and history when even your closest friends can become subjects of suspicion? 50 Cent may have sparked the conversation, but the fallout, the heartbreak, the confusion, the very human anguish, belongs to the Harris family. This is only the beginning. The storm is just gathering its force, and for the millions watching, the emotional weight is impossible to ignore. As speculation spreads, old clips resurface, and Tiny's emotional vulnerability becomes the focal point of public attention, one truth becomes painfully clear: the Harris family drama may never look the same again, and the world will be watching every tear, every glance, every hint of pain, with bated breath. In the world of celebrity, sometimes the most devastating battles are not fought on stage or through music. They are fought behind closed doors, in whispered moments, and through the raw exposure of private lives. And tonight, the Harris family is front and center, caught in a maelstrom of emotion, rumor, and public scrutiny that promises to leave no heart untouched. As the digital storm continued to rage, fans began meticulously analyzing every cryptic post that 50 Cent shared. His Instagram and Twitter accounts became battlegrounds of implication. A single photo, a caption, or even a hashtag was enough to send the internet into overdrive. Every comment section became a war zone of speculation, debate, and disbelief. Millions of viewers, unable to resist the magnetic pull of the unfolding drama, began connecting dots that may never have existed in the first place. At the center of the frenzy was Shekinah, the longtime family friend whose presence had always been seemingly innocent. Past footage from red carpets, interviews, and reality television re-emerged on fan pages and reaction channels. Viewers began dissecting her interactions with T.I., searching for hidden signals. The casual laughs, shared glances, and moments of seemingly private familiarity were now being reframed as potential evidence of something deeper. Was there truth behind the whispers? Or was this simply the latest manipulation in 50 Cent's meticulously crafted campaign to ignite speculation? Tiny Harris, meanwhile, found herself thrust into an emotional crucible. Her recent social media posts, which initially appeared as ambiguous statements about trust and loyalty, were now being scrutinized like evidence in a court of public opinion. Fans pored over every word, every sentence, interpreting her tone, punctuation, and timing as subtle confessions or coded denials. The emotional weight of being both a mother and a public figure during such an intensely personal storm was visible in her expressions, her vulnerability undeniable. Every shared memory, every public interaction she had with T.I., seemed to carry a new layer of interpretation, forcing her into a corner where private pain became public spectacle. Across blogs, reaction channels, and forums, The narrative continued to evolve at a rapid pace. Commentators debated endlessly. Was 50 Cent unearthing an old secret, or was he orchestrating yet another viral moment to dominate headlines? Fans of T.I. and Tiny rallied to defend the couple, while skeptics dissected each interaction for signs of inconsistency or hidden truth. Screenshots and clips circulated endlessly, feeding the fire with unrelenting intensity. Even casual observers who had never followed the Harris family closely found themselves drawn into the drama, unable to resist the emotional rollercoaster of speculation, betrayal, and heartbreak. The tension escalated further when reaction videos highlighted certain old interviews between T.I. and Shekinah. In one clip, a fleeting gesture, a hand on a shoulder, a shared laugh, was magnified, replayed, and interpreted as evidence of an intimate connection. In another, archived posts from Shekinah's own social media were scrutinized, revealing comments and emojis that now carried new, speculative meaning. Each small detail, once considered innocuous, suddenly became part of a narrative fueled by suspicion, rumor, and a deeply engaged fan base desperate for answers. The psychological impact on Tiny Harris was profound. Long accustomed to the scrutiny of reality TV cameras and media coverage, she now faced an entirely different battlefield: the social media ecosystem, where rumors spread faster than clarifications could ever arrive. Her posts revealed a woman grappling with betrayal, not necessarily from T.I., but from the narrative that the world was creating around them. Tiny's heartbreak was laid, the pain of watching her family's private moments dissected publicly, the frustration of being unable to control the story, and the fear that her children might see their family's legacy tarnished in real time. Meanwhile, T.I. remained largely silent. His usual confident, commanding presence was replaced by a measured, almost cautious approach, as if he were weighing every public statement against the potential for further escalation. Fans noticed his absence from certain social media debates and speculated wildly. Was he ignoring the storm to protect himself and his family, or was this a sign of genuine emotional strain under the immense pressure? Every quiet moment became a focal point for public interpretation, a canvas upon which the internet painted its theories. 50 Cent's genius, or cruelty, was in his restraint. By not explicitly confirming or denying any claims, he allowed the audience to fill in the blanks. This ambiguity became the most powerful weapon, turning curiosity into obsession, speculation into viral drama. For millions watching, the line between fact and fiction blurred. Each post seemed calculated to provoke emotional engagement, comments, and shares, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of attention that the Harris family could not escape. Fans began drawing connections to past Harris family moments, scrutinizing home videos, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage. Every small gesture, glances exchanged between T.I. and Shekinah, Tiny's reactions to jokes, the children's behavior on camera, was suddenly loaded with new significance. The emotional weight of the situation was amplified further by the very medium through which it was unfolding. The relentless, viral nature of social media ensured that there was no respite, no place to hide. Reactions ranged from outrage to heartbreak. Comment sections became forums for empathy, anger, and speculation. Many viewers expressed sorrow for Tiny, describing her posts as a window into the private suffering of someone caught in the crossfire of fame and rumor. Others debated T.I.'s role, questioning whether his silence was strategic or a sign of being emotionally overwhelmed. And through it all, 50 Cent's cryptic posts loomed like shadows over the conversation, their implications driving both emotional and viral engagement at unprecedented levels. At the heart of it all was a simple, yet devastating truth. When celebrity families face public scrutiny, the emotional consequences are real, raw, and often irreversible. This was no longer just about music or public personas. It was about trust, loyalty, and the delicate bonds that hold a family together. 50 Cent's posts had transformed a private story into a spectacle watched by millions, each reaction magnifying the heartbreak, each interpretation adding another layer of tension. As the night wore on, the Harris household remained under a microscope. Tiny's emotional posts, T.I.'s silence, Shekinah's sudden prominence in public conversation, all of it was feeding a digital narrative that no amount of curated public appearances could contain. And for the millions witnessing this unraveling, the story had taken on a life of its own, a viral tragedy that was impossible to ignore, impossible to look away from, and impossible to forget. What began as cryptic posts from 50 Cent had now evolved into a full-blown emotional storm, one that threatened to redefine the Harris family legacy forever. The digital world was watching, debating, and feeling every heartbreak, every tension-filled glance, and every whisper of betrayal. And as viewers scrolled, shared, and speculated, one chilling reality became clear. In the world of viral celebrity drama, the emotional cost is real, and no family, even one as powerful as the Harrises, can escape the storm. As the sun rose over the city, the digital battlefield showed no signs of slowing down. Every scroll, every notification, and every trending post seemed to carry the weight of an emotional earthquake. Fans of the Harris family and 50 Cent alike were glued to their screens, replaying clips, rereading captions, and dissecting every interaction with meticulous precision. Social media had become a theater of speculation, where emotion ruled over reason, and rumor had morphed into a spectacle watched by millions. T.I., often known for his commanding presence and unwavering confidence, seemed strangely muted in the face of this unprecedented storm. Every post he made, every public appearance, was analyzed under a microscope. Was there fatigue in his eyes? Was his silence a tactical pause, or the reflection of a man grappling with the possibility of public betrayal within his own household? Commentators and reaction channels were relentless, interpreting his measured statements as signs of shame, remorse, or strategic silence. Meanwhile, the story of Shekinah had become the epicenter of attention. Shekinah, once seen as a harmless, loyal friend to the Harris family, suddenly found herself at the heart of the social media frenzy. Old interactions with T.I. were pulled from archives, screenshots were highlighted for what commentators called hidden meaning, and reaction videos dissected every laugh, gesture, and shared glance. The narrative constructed online suggested intimacy where none may have existed, yet the virality of the speculation made reality almost irrelevant. Every comment section was saturated with judgment, assumption, and debate, emotions running so high that the story had transcended gossip, becoming a full-blown cultural phenomenon. Tiny Harris, meanwhile, was visibly shaken. Her social media updates, previously poetic reflections on loyalty and family, were now interpreted as tearful responses to the mounting rumors. Fans expressed empathy in waves, describing her posts as raw, human reactions to a pressure few could withstand. The sadness in her eyes, the tremor in her voice during brief live streams, and her sporadic posts about trust and betrayal painted a picture of a woman caught between protecting her family and managing public perception. Tiny's heartbreak became a central point in the unfolding narrative, an emotional anchor that pulled viewers deeper into the storm. The intersection of T.I.'s silence and Tiny's vulnerability created a sense of tension unlike anything seen before in celebrity social media drama. Fans debated whether T.I. was shielding his family, struggling under guilt, or attempting to outlast 50 Cent's calculated provocations. Each post, each minor reaction, was examined, replayed, and shared. The emotional gravity of the moment was amplified by the viral nature of the content, turning a private family dispute into an international spectacle. 50 Cent's approach, subtle yet devastating, was masterful. By posting cryptic images, ambiguous captions, and vague hints rather than direct statements, he forced the public to read between the lines, creating endless speculation. Fans filled the gaps, constructing a narrative where Shekinah's presence suddenly seemed pivotal, and T.I.'s legacy appeared vulnerable. Every suggestion of an affair, every implication, became a viral fuel, spreading faster than any official statement could contain. 50 Cent didn't need to confirm the rumors. The ambiguity was more damaging than any explicit accusation. Reaction channels thrived on the drama. Analysts broke down every post, clip, and emoji. Every smile between T.I. and Shekinah in the past was dissected for meaning. Tiny's tearful comments were replayed and subtitled for emphasis. Fans debated endlessly. Was this orchestrated by 50 Cent to maximize attention, or were the rumors rooted in truth? The viral nature of the coverage ensured that the story continued to dominate social media timelines, trending across multiple platforms, with each new clip, post, or comment acting as a catalyst for more speculation. The psychological toll on the Harris family was evident. Tiny's posts conveyed frustration, anger, and heartbreak, while T.I.'s wry statements carried an undertone of exhaustion, highlighting the difficulty of navigating public perception while protecting private emotions. The digital audience, ever hungry for drama, transformed these subtle cues into a narrative of betrayal, heartbreak, and scandal. What might have been a contained rumor in another era had now become a public tragedy, unfolding in real time before millions. Shekinah, though largely silent, became an unwilling symbol of the tension. Fans speculated on her intentions, motivations, and role in the supposed affair. Old interviews, social media posts, and public appearances were recontextualized under the glare of viral attention. Every expression, every interaction with T.I. was scrutinized. In this new environment, perception often outweighed reality, and the emotional impact on all involved was profound. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained a constant, shadowy force. By leveraging the power of social media algorithms, he ensured that speculation would not only persist but amplify. Every ambiguous post became fodder for viral debate, ensuring that the conversation remained active day and night. Fans, reaction channels, and casual viewers alike contributed to the digital echo chamber, repeating, analyzing, and magnifying the drama. The sheer volume of attention intensified the emotional stakes, making it impossible for the Harris family to regain control of the narrative. The emotional climax of this ongoing storm became clear in Tiny's most recent posts. Vulnerable, raw, and heartbreaking, they portrayed a mother and wife struggling to protect her family while being assailed by public speculation. Her tears, visible in brief live clips, spoke louder than words, revealing a depth of emotion that resonated with viewers worldwide. Fans empathized, debated, and shared her pain, turning private heartbreak into a viral spectacle. In the midst of this, T.I. remained largely in the shadows, his rare statements measured but heavy with the weight of unspoken turmoil. The combination of Tiny's emotional openness, T.I.'s silence, and 50 Cent's relentless provocation created a dynamic that was impossible to ignore. The story had transformed into an epic digital drama, emotionally raw, intensely viral, and impossible for audiences to turn away from. As the saga unfolded, it became clear that this was no ordinary celebrity controversy. It was a digital storm of emotional intensity, expertly manipulated by social media algorithms, fan speculation, and viral momentum. Every tear, every cryptic post, every analyzed glance contributed to a narrative that had transcended rumor, becoming a public tragedy in real time. And while the truth remained obscured, the emotional impact on the Harris family was undeniable, leaving viewers both captivated and heartbroken. The unfolding drama had achieved something remarkable. In the span of days, it transformed a private family matter into a viral cultural event, blending heartbreak, speculation, and emotional intensity into a story that would dominate the internet for weeks, if not months. 50 Cent's digital strategy had ensured that every moment, every subtle clue, and every emotional post became part of a compelling, tragic narrative that no audience could ignore. As the dust begins to settle over the digital storm, one question remains: what will happen next to the Harris family? Will T.I. find a way to reclaim his legacy and rebuild the trust that has been shaken? Or is this the beginning of a permanent fracture in one of hip-hop's most iconic households? And what of Tiny, whose vulnerability has touched millions of hearts worldwide, showing that behind every public figure is a human being, capable of heartbreak, resilience, and unimaginable pressure? This is where you, the viewer, become part of the conversation. The story doesn't end here. It lives in your reactions, your interpretations, and your voice. Every comment you leave, every theory you share, and every discussion you spark keeps this narrative alive. Social media has transformed the way we witness drama, blending entertainment with emotion, speculation with truth, and now, your perspective matters more than ever. Think about the raw intensity of what we've seen. A family once seen as untouchable, now facing the harsh glare of public scrutiny. Relationships questioned, loyalties tested, and a mother whose heartache has reminded us all that behind the glamour of celebrity life lies the fragility of human emotion. Share your thoughts. Do you believe in the rumors, or do you stand with the Harris family in defending their truth? How do you see T.I.'s retirement, graceful retreat, or a response to public humiliation? And what does the saga of Shekinah reveal about trust, friendship, and loyalty in the digital age? If this story gripped you, if the heartbreak, the betrayal, and the intensity left you speechless, make sure you don't just scroll past. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the latest drama. Share your perspective below. Your voice is part of this unfolding story. Together, let's witness how the digital age reshapes the very definition of celebrity, loyalty, and legacy. And remember, in the world of hip-hop, the person who controls the story, controls the power. The question now is, who will write the next chapter?